have a look at the BIGAM method, BIGAM method when it comes to a maximization problem. So here my objective function is z is equal to 5x1 plus x2 subject to the constraints 5x1 plus 2x2 is less than or equal to 20, x1 is greater than or equal to 3, x2 is less than or equal to 5. Okay, now here you can see that here it's mixed constraints that is given over here. So what you have to do is first you have to convert this whole problem into a standard format. So how will you do that? So again, we have already done the BIGAM method in the case of minimization problem. Same procedure will be done over here, but let's see how it will change, what all things you have to add and subtract when you have a mixed constraint. Okay, so it's the standard form. First we will have to convert the whole question into a standard format by introducing slack. Now in this case you need slack, surplus and artificial variables. Okay, now let's see. Now I'm leaving a space for the objective function. I'm going to first convert the constraints. 5x1 plus 2x2. Now this is a less than or equal to inequality, so we will have to add a slack variable s1 which is equal to 20. Next constraint is x1 greater than or equal to 3, so x1 minus s1 plus a1 which is equal to 3. Next constraint is x2 which is less than or equal to 5, so x2 plus s3. So sorry, this was s2. Okay, x2 plus s3 is equal to 5. Now you have, I hope you understood why I am introducing a surplus variable over here. This is a surplus variable. I have said about this in my previous video also, and this one is a slack. Okay, this is based upon what kind of inequality you get, and I'm adding, when I add or when I subtract the surplus variable, I should add what? The artificial variable also. Okay, so that is why it comes like minus s2 plus a1. Okay, now this is equal to 3. Now here you might have a doubt why I didn't start with a2, because here in the first inequality I didn't had any anything concerned with the artificial variable a. So my starting variable is a1, that is why I put a1 over here. Okay, have written over here. Now this is regarding the constraints. Now what about the objective function? Now in my previous video we were dealing with the minimization problem. So there what I have done is I have introduced the m coefficient, right? Now here also what I'm going to do is plus 0 s1. In the previous video I said that while doing the BIGAM method, all the slack and surplus variables will have the coefficients 0 in the objective function. But what about the artificial variable? Now in the minimization problem, the last problem we have done it as the when you get an objective function and you are doing it with the help of BIGAM method, what you do is you introduce the artificial variable into the objective function and the coefficient is given as m plus m. So this is in the case of a minimization problem. Maximization problem, just the opposite. What you have to do is you should introduce this artificial variable, but with a all the coefficient should be m, but it should be subtracted. Okay, so minus m. Fine. So this is how you convert this into a standard format. Now let's see the initial table. Now in the initial table, what all things should be included? CB, then B, XB, X1, X2, X3. Sorry, there is no X3 over here. Yeah, S1, S2, S1, S2, S3, A1, and the final is the ratio or a minimum of XB by X size. Okay, construct a table like this. You have CJ over here. Yeah, now what is your CJ? CJ, you just check it from your objective function. What is it? 5, 1, 0, 0, 0 and minus m, right? So 5, 1, 0, 0, 0 and minus m. What is CB? So sorry, first write the basic variables. So I'm going to enter some basic variables over here. Now here what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter S1. I just want to get rid of these things. S1, there are 3 constraints. So S1, then the artificial variable, I'm going to consider the artificial variable A1 from the second constraint, not S2, because the first thing I want to get rid of is the artificial variable. Then finally the what slack and surplus variables one by one, and from the third constraint it is S3. So what is the CB over here? Fine. Now what is XB? 20. Just check the right hand side. 23 and 5. Now you can write the other elements also. 5, 1, 0, 2, 0, 1, 1, double 0, 0, minus 1, 0, 0, 0, 1 and 0, 1, 0. Now you find Zj. How to find Zj? I hope by now it is clear how to find Zj. How do you find Zj? Yes, you multiply 5 with what? The 0 plus 1 into minus m plus 0 into 0. So that is how you get. So here in this case you have minus m, 0, 0, m, 0, minus m. What about Cj minus Zj? M plus 5, 1, 0, minus m, 0 and 0. Now this is a maximization problem, and in a maximization problem what is the condition that you have to follow in order to find out your key column? In order to find out the key column, you have to understand which is the maximum value in Cj minus Zj. So here the maximum positive value that I get is m plus 5. So this is my key column. Now I have to find out what is my key row. So for that, what I'm going to do is 20 by 5 is equal to 4, then 3 by 1 is equal to 3, then this is 0, so we don't have to take care of this. So the key row is here. We have found out the key row, and this is key row. The key element is 1. Okay, now here we get a minimum value, which is the minimum value over here. It is 3, so you the corresponding row is taken. So again, a1, is out, and there is an entry of x1. So again we have to move to the next iteration. Why? Because of the values that are seen here in the Cj minus Zj. Here we have positive values over here and a negative. It is a combination. So according to the rule set, it should be all the Cj minus Zj should be less than or equal to 0. So once this happens, you can stop the iteration. But in this case, we are not allowed to stop the iteration. So I move on to the next table. Okay, so this is our next table. Cj, write down the Cj values also. 5, 1, 000. Okay, now why I haven't written A1 over here is because A1 is already out, so there is no need of writing the artificial variable over here. Now if you want to write, it is fine, but just see that you put some dashes over here. Okay, so it's up to you. Again, let's see now what all things I have made different over here is that we have witnessed an entry of x1 over here. So x1 is again in the basic variables, and there was an exit of a1 variable, which is the artificial variable, so that has gone out. Then remaining is s1 and s3, that is the slack or surplus variables are over here, s1 and s3, so let it be there. Then we have the corresponding cb's, xb, and this column is written in such a way that I have found out my key element as 1, so I need not do anything regarding this row. So I have just written it over here itself. But if it was other than 1, any other number, say for example 5, what you have to do, you have to divide it by 5 and make this key element as 1, and accordingly the other elements also. Now what about the elements which is directly on the top and bottom of the key element? Now let's consider this one. This is 0, so you need not make any change over here, so I have written that also. So in this problem we are lucky enough that we don't have to work on this table a lot. Now the only thing that you have to change is regarding the first row. So the first row should be the element to the top of this key element should be made to 0. So accordingly the other elements also should be made 0. So what I'm going to do is, by doing a simple calculation, I just made this whole row. I just made this element as 0, and correspondingly there is a change. You can witness a change in the other elements as well. So please try to do that by yourself. You will get and check whether you are getting this answer. Then the same procedure, you find out Zj, then find out Cj minus Zj, and there what I have witnessed is, when I found out Cj minus Zj, I don't have any negative values over here. So I'm not supposed to stop this because why? Because it is a maximization problem. So I'm just going to find out the maximum positive value, which is of Cj minus Zj, and that is 5. Corresponding to that, what I get is, this is the column that I get, right? So there is an entry of s2, and what about the minimum? Minimum is this row, therefore s1 will exit. So, and the key element is 5. Now the next iteration, you have to again see what you get in the next iteration. Let's have a look at the next table. Okay, now this is the next table. Okay, just forgot to write the Cj's over here. So Cj is 5, 1 followed by 3 zeros. Okay, now just take a look at the table. What all changes have happened from the previous table? So there was an entry of this variable s2, so that is that is written over here, s2. Then you can see that S1 just added its exit, so S1 is not written over here. Then the other two variables, that is same, x1 and x3, S3, corresponding coefficients are written 0, 5, 0. Then with regards to the key element in the previous table, it is 5, so you have to convert this into 1. So see, I have converted that into 1, and you can see that here you have 1, and again the other elements also should have the same changes, so that is also done. And the elements which is below the key elements, that is 5, which is below the key element is -1 and 0. This should be also this should be made 0. And regarding the last row, you don't have to make any changes since it's already 0. You don't have to worry about that. You just have to concentrate on the second row. So the second row is also made as 0 by doing some easy calculations which can be done by yourself. And this is what I get the table as. Please check whether you are getting this answer. And then I find out Zj. Zj is very, I think by now it is familiar how to find out Zj, and you find the Cj minus Zj also. Now here you can stop the iteration. Why? Because all the values of Cj minus Zj is less than or equal to 0. So when you get something like this, you have the solutions also with you. Now your solution is what? X1 is equal to 4. You don't have the x2 with you, so x2 is 0. And what about the optimum solution? Optimal solution, no, these are the optimal solutions, sorry, these are the optimal solution. And what about the maximum value? Maximum of z is equal to what? 5x1 plus x2, which is equal to 5 into 4 plus 0, which is equal to what? 20. Okay, so this is your answer. I hope you have understood this. Thank you.